So this here is the Pentair Saltwater Chlorine generator. We've been using it about a week now. We converted from just a straight chlorine pool over to saltwater. And so this handy unit will convert saltwater into chlorine to keep the pool nice and sanitary. It's a very simple device here. I was able to install it in about a half an hour. Just had to plumb in these quick couplers that just unthread. So if you ever needed to, you could easily remove this. There's a nice power cable here that just goes to the power center that I have mounted over here. The power center is essentially just converting your AC voltage over to direct current DC voltage and lower voltage for your salt cell. And I've just got our salt cell power center all running through our pump timer. So when I turn our pump off, you can see the salt cell shuts down. That's because I've cut off power to the power center. So it's handy. You can wire it right into your pump timer. You don't need any other smart controls around this. And now you can see it's going through its reboot startup procedure. And when the unit's first powered on, it'll kind of flash good, low, over and over until it determines whether you've got a good or low salt level. So it takes about a minute or so. And then, so as you can see, the LED just changed to green, indicating good salt level in here. And really, from a functional standpoint, very simple. There's literally only 2 buttons, less and more, and that allows you to set your desired frequency in which the salt cell will run. Obviously, the more you run it, the quicker its lifespan will be reduced. Right now we've got it set to 40% as indicated by the solid LED. If we wanted to actually go down, we could. Once those lights are flashing, that means you're reading from the top line there. So right now this would be 10% output, 8%, 6%, and so on. So right now I've got it running at pretty much 40% of the time. If I wanted, go all the way up to 100%, or there's also a handy boost mode. So if you know you're about to have a pool party and you're gonna have a lot of swimmers in, you can actually try and get it sanitized well ahead of time and go ahead and hold those. You can see now as those LEDs are flashing, that's indicating you're in boost mode, and that lasts for 24 hours. Essentially where it's running at 100% before going back to its previous state. Tells you if you've got good flow rate. There's a flow sensor right there. So if your pump's not running or if there's a blockage upstream, that's gonna go, or that's not gonna be lit up, and you'll know you don't have flow. This cell indicator will light up when the chlorinator is actually active. So right now I've got it on 40% output, which means it's on 40% of the time every 5 minutes. So that cell is not illuminated because right now it's actively not powered, not producing chlorine, but it'll come back on here in a little bit based on that time interval. And then we've got the salt level. Tells you if you've got good salt level or if you need to add more salt. We were able to add the calculated quantity to our pool of about 600 pounds, and that got us to 3,300 parts per million and gave us a good LED light there. So after opening the pool, I'm going to do a quick test of our salt chlorinator. So I'm going to just take some initial readings. Right now, I'm pretty sure that I don't have any chlorine in here. Yeah, so that color scale is showing no chlorine. It's totally clear. It's not yellow at all. And I have placed it into boost mode, given those 4 flashing recycling indicator lights there, and my sanitizer output. So I've got our saltwater chlorinator running in boost mode right now, and I just want to show the effectiveness of how well it converts salt to chlorine. So I'm taking a sample right out of the return jet. So this is coming right through the chlorinator. Hold on, bud. So you can see here it's pretty much off the chart in terms of chlorine level. It's reading right around 5, maybe a little higher. So we've had our chlorinator running for about 48 hours now. When I first measured the chlorine levels in the pool, they were at 0. We're going to do a quick test to see how they've hopefully improved through the use of the chlorinator. So I've not added any other chlorine sources or shock or anything to the pool since my last measurement. And just looking here, looks like we've got about 3 and 4 parts per million of chlorine. So definitely increasing the levels. I've got the chlorinator running pretty much at 40% right now. So that is more than enough to get our pool chlorinated.